Welcome to my channel. My name is Ray, and this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. The art of commonplacing. Now, I'm sure it's something that you've heard about, but it's not something I've talked about on my channel. So I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about what it means to me, and of course we're going to be doing a little bit of doodling. Let's get into it. So at its core, commonplace journaling is the practice of collecting, say, meaningful quotes, ideas, observations, snippets of things that you like, maybe something that you've read about, all that kind of stuff. So essentially, it's an external source that you really enjoy reading about or learning about, and you're making it into your kind of own curated version of I guess an encyclopedia or something like that. That's what it means to me. It's not a new thing. It's been around for a very, very long time. But I like to make it as kind of pretty or as creative as I want to. And in this little version of my commonplace book, you can see me here writing up some notes on Franz Kafka. I'm a huge Kafka fan and have been reading his works for quite some time. And here you can see me writing some quotes from the book Letters to Felice. So it's all about gathering things from external sources, be it a film, a book, a quote, maybe a conversation that you've heard. That's generally what commonplacing is. But I've got a little commonplace book here that I also use to do my doodles. These are some of the doodles that I've done on my work here on YouTube and Patreon, where I've done my line and wash drawings, and some of them are very personal to me and my thing. So I've taken out this little book from my journal. The leather-bound journal that you saw me use there was from a brand called Fin Studio. Now, this is my perfume that I'm talking about. I love fragrances. It's my other art that I love. This one's called Herba Mimosa from Chloe from their Atelier des Fleurs line, and it's inspired me to write a little bit more about the mimosa plant, which I absolutely love, and I'll be talking to you about that as I work through, as well as a little bit more information on commonplacing and what it means to me. It's something I've done for many years, but I didn't realize that it had a name. So in this little sketchbook, which is just cartridge paper, I believe, I'm just drawing a really simple outline. Now, the pen I showed you there was a water-resistant pen. This time I'm not using my water-soluble ink because I don't want the ink to flow into the paint. The paint I'm going to be using is yellow, so I don't want them to mix together in this instance. So it's important that I've used a waterproof pen for this. So I'm just going to draw a mimosa plant while I tell you a little bit more about the art of commonplacing and a little bit about the history of it. I'm just going to read from my notes while I continue to draw and paint this little mimosa plant. So a commonplace book isn't just a diary, and it's not just a notebook in the modern sense. What it is a place for things worth keeping, a place to hold ideas outside the self, and a way of reminding yourself across time of the things that you enjoy. Like I said, it could be a famous quote or even something that you've seen online or anything that inspires you to write it down and remember it. Okay, commonplacing is the act of copying passages, quotes, ideas, and observations, and usually writing them in a little book that you've gathered like this. So the words are not primarily about you, but they become part of you. So journaling is about writing things that maybe are worrying you or bothering you or things you want to remember. Commonplacing is kind of outside source. So journaling is about you, and commonplacing is about things that inspire you, not your own thoughts and feelings. So the short history of commonplacing, it goes back to ancient Greece, as long ago as that. It goes back to Aristotle and Roman times, and it isn't a new thing, like I said, but it is something that I've been doing a lot lately to aid my own mental health recovery. Writing things down somehow locks them in, and it stops them from disappearing from my thoughts and make them go looping around so that I don't forget them. When I'm commonplacing ideas and things that I've seen, it just helps me remember them. And the art of writing itself is very soothing and a very repetitive motion of putting pen onto paper, which I really enjoy. So where journaling becomes expressive, self-focused, and maybe an emotional exposure or experiences, commonplacing is more of a word focus and emotional containment of those words. And it's a curated version about what matters to you. Now, the reason I like to add my little doodles to this is it makes it more creative for me. Oftentimes when you're commonplacing, it can be that maybe you've been to a restaurant and you've got a receipt for that restaurant, a bit like junk journaling, I suppose. But then it would be commonplacing by maybe doing some research into that restaurant and writing a little bit more about it. There is a very, very subtle difference, but it is there. So once I've drawn the mimosa, I fully intend to add a little bit of paint to it. Now, it's not going to be technically correct, it's just a little doodle to help me visualize what I'm trying to write. So I've taken some information online about the mimosa plant, what it's about, and you can see me here just writing out a little bit about it. So that's what kind of makes it commonplacing. But I love to add a little bit of zhuzh to my commonplacing by adding washi tape or maybe highlighter pens or stickers or anything like that. And like I said, the act of writing itself I find really, really soothing. There's something about adding a pen onto paper that is so healing, and for me, I'm talking about my personal experiences here, of course, and we're all going to have different ways of writing and journaling and commonplacing and junk journaling and bullet journaling. They all kind of fall into that creative category, but there's something about it that I really enjoy. Now I'm going back now to my pen from Tom's studio. If you're not new here, you'd have seen me use this pen multiple times. It has a very, very fine point. And because I'm not going to be painting over this ink, I can write onto the paper with a very, very fine nib. Because this is a really small book, it's just about an A6 size. I want to squish in as much writing as I can, and so I'm going to be using the smallest nib that I can find. These Tom Studio pens are great because you buy them with a set of different nibs, going from a 0.1 right up to a 0.5, I think, maybe more. And then you've got other pen nibs to go with it, so they're interchangeable. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I bought these with my own money because I really, really love them. I think I'm on my third one now. These are the mini Lumos Mini, in case you're interested in checking them out. But you can fill them with any colour ink. I'm using black today because I really like it, but I have got multiple colours as well. All great for commonplacing and journaling and making that writing process a little bit more creative if that's what you like. For me, it's a practice of getting my handwriting neater as well. As you can see here, I'm trying to squish it all into one page. So I've got as much information as I can gather about the mimosa plant that's relevant to me and my enjoyment of it. Usually with commonplacing, you write an index at the front of your book. So maybe you've got an index relating to quotes or learnings or food recipes or anything like that, and you would index them and then put the key in your book. I haven't done it on this one today because it is a small kind of mini version of my full commonplace book that you saw me using at the beginning there. My larger writing is on my perfumery notes. I'm a huge fan of niche fragrances. One of my other passions is perfumery, and I tend to commonplace about that a lot, writing down the various different perfumes, what I enjoy about them. Maybe it's a particular perfumer that I like. I'm a huge fan of the perfumer Quentin Biche and also Jerome Epinay, and I'm very interested in them. So that's something I would commonplace. There are many different styles to commonplacing, and none of them are wrong. It's what works for you. Some people like to index obsessively. I don't. Some people use themes, cross-referencing. Some people like to keep it messy. Some people copy by hand slowly. Very much my method of doing it because, like I said, I find the art of handwriting really, really soothing and healing. And of course, you get your own curated version of the things that you enjoy to look back on. And of course, once each little book is filled, it then goes into my archive. I pick up a new book and put it in my binder. Journal covers that I'm using are primarily from 3 different brands. My large one that you saw at the beginning, the pink coloured one, is from Louise Carmen. That was a gift from Paris, and a beloved gift that I will treasure forever. And the small little one that you saw me there writing in with the cover is from Fin Studios. That's Fin. And it's whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be an expensive journal cover or anything fancy. It can just be an inexpensive notebook with any kind of paper in, and it doesn't really matter at all. Like I said, it's all about what works for you. It doesn't have to be anything particular, but it's make it your own. It's like everything I say with when I'm working, make it your own, whatever works for you. Another journal I really enjoy using is from the brand Paper Republic, and they are based in Vienna. And I treated myself last year to their atelier service and had a book handmade to order, and it's a very, very beloved purchase of mine that I will treasure again forever, because you can switch out the journals, you can make it as unique as you want to, and once you filled a journal you can just switch it out, put a new one in, and again start again. Maybe this time you want to do recipes, or maybe you want to talk about the films that you've seen or the books that you've read. Maybe you just want to make it into a journal where you're scribbling sketches every day, or junk journaling, or bullet journaling, whatever the thing is. It's just the art of writing, I think, is what I'm talking about here. The art of writing pen onto paper, and the act of that itself. I'm sure in therapy there is a word for it, but for me, it's a game changer, dare I say. I'm going to play some music while I write this out, and then I'll be back in a while. I mentioned earlier on that I find the act of writing really soothing and really healing. And I did a little bit of research into this as to why I might enjoy it so much. We're talking about a sort of psychological function and at nervous system level. When you're commonplacing, several things at once happen. It externalizes the memory, so you don't have to keep remembering all the things you want to, and it kind of reorders the chaos of the mind without denying it. So you're writing it down and you're remembering it, okay? So all of these things play a part. Now that I've written out the bits that I need, I'm going to start to add a little bit of colour. I'm going in with yellow, because obviously Mimosa is that beautiful colour yellow. And the fragrance that I've used there, the Herba Mimosa, or Herba Mimosa from Chloe, their Atelier de Fleur line, you can almost smell every single part of the plant. As I said, one of my other passions is fragrance, and I absolutely adore this one. It reminds me of summer and the soothing, soft, healing smell. It's just so beautiful. If you're a fragrance lover and maybe you're not a huge fan of floral fragrances, then I urge you to give this one a try. Just go and smell it somewhere, because it's so photorealistic. It's just incredible. Something I really, really love wearing in the summer. Not so much the winter months, because it's, But I'm going off on a tangent now, but then that's what commonplacing is all about. Okay, it's teaching your brain to think differently, to maybe go off on a tangent, go down a rabbit hole. I've recently done exactly that when I did a little bit of work relating to Van Gogh. I love Van Gogh's work, and I started to find out a little bit more about what he was like as a person, and of course ended up commonplacing about it and going down a huge rabbit hole. It can be very distracting and addictive, so be careful. My ADHD brain sometimes sends me down these little rabbit holes, and I tend to hang on to stuff for too long. By writing things down, good things and bad things and everything in between, it's a really, really good practice for me. So what are you commonplace about? Well, the thing is, things worth keeping. I've touched on this earlier on, but maybe it's a recipe that you've enjoyed. You could maybe write the recipe out. You could maybe draw a picture of the recipe. Maybe it's a cake that you enjoy. You could draw a little sketch of the cake. I don't know, things like that. Anything that really, really inspires you. I'm a great lover of quotes. When I'm reading a book, I'll very often fold the page over and write that quote down. That's commonplacing. I'm a huge fan of spoken word poetry and have been known to write out an entire spoken word poem, word for word, because that's the kind of thing that I love to do. I'm going to stop talking now. I think I've spoken enough about commonplacing and what it means to me. And if you haven't tried it yourself, maybe you can give it a go. You can even do a hybrid version of maybe commonplacing and journaling and kind of make them one and the same. But it is such a lovely practice, and you've got these books to keep and look back on, regardless of your ecosystem of your journaling. If that's what you have, it doesn't matter. You can just keep it in a scrapbook, a notebook, a little jotter. It's there for you to look back on in the future. And it's such a lovely memory keeper and a way of expressing yourself without having to think about the words that you want. You're using other people's stuff to create your own curated version of you. What a fantastic thing to do. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let you watch the rest of this video in peace. But if you haven't tried it, give it a go. These are the things that I like to commonplace about, and this is my interpretation of what I consider commonplace and to be. And I know there are many different ways of explaining it, and this is just what I think and my version of thoughts. So if I'm not saying it right, please bear with me. But this is what it means to me and what I consider commonplacing to be. And you can, of course, change it. There are no hard and fast rules. But I wanted to share this with you because I do feel that my work is switching, and this is something that means a lot to me, and I thought I would share it with you. Right, I'm going to stop talking and let you enjoy the rest of this.